On a quiet night in a small town on Earth, the stars were shining brightly. Everything felt peaceful. But something strange was about to happen. High above the clouds, 4 small lights moved quickly through the sky. They were not airplanes. They were not shooting stars. These lights were spaceships, small, fast, and silent. Inside one of the ships, a girl named Zaya smiled. She looked like a human girl in her early 20s, but she was not human. She was from planet Ziora, a beautiful alien world far from Earth. Zaya was the leader of a group of 4 alien girls. They were best friends, curious, fun, and ready. For adventure, the other girls were leery, bold, and funny. Ina, quiet but smart. And Miri, sweet and always excited. Their plan was simple, a secret vacation on Earth. No one on Ziora knew they had come. It was supposed to be a short trip, just fun, food, and exploring. Zaya's ship landed deep inside a forest. The others followed and landed close by. Their ships were hidden with invisibility shields. The 4 girls stepped outside. The forest air felt fresh. The trees were tall and green. Birds flew above them. Zaya pressed a button on her wristband. In 1 second, her alien body changed into a perfect human look. The others did the same. Now they looked just like normal Earth girls, but each had something a little strange. Their eyes were brighter. Their skin glowed a little under moonlight. Leary laughed. "Earth is beautiful. Let's start this vacation." They walked to a nearby road and called a taxi using their translator devices. In town, they checked into a small hotel and gave fake IDs. No one suspected anything. The next day, they began exploring. They ate spicy street food, watched movies, and visited parks. Miri tried cotton candy for the first time and screamed with joy. Ina bought sunglasses and wore them even at night. They were happy. Everything was new and exciting. At night, they went to a music cafe. Colorful lights blinked. Music played loud. People danced. Zaya sat at a table and watched. She liked observing humans. Their emotions were so open, so raw. A young man walked past her and accidentally touched her hand. For 1 second, time felt slow. A soft blue light flashed between their fingers. Just for a moment, Zaya pulled her hand back. "What was that?" she whispered. The man didn't seem to notice. He smiled and walked away. Zaya said nothing to her friends, but something inside her felt different. The next morning, Leary woke up with a strange feeling. Her body temperature was higher. Her hands were shaking. She told the others. Anna scanned her using a small alien device. Her face went pale. "Your energy is unstable," she said. "Something is happening to your body." Zaya's heart raced. "It's Earth. Maybe we're reacting to the atmosphere." "No," Anna replied. "This is not normal." They ran a full scan on Leary. The results showed something impossible. "Something is growing inside you." Anna whispered. I sat down. "What do you mean, like a virus?" Anna looked again. "No, it's alive." Miri looked scared. "A baby?" Everyone went silent. Leary laughed nervously. "That's impossible. We didn't do anything." Zaya's mind went back to the cafe. The boy, the flash of light. She didn't say anything. "Not yet. We need to scan all of us," Zaya said. One by one, they checked their bodies. The results shocked them. All 4 girls had the same result. Something was growing inside each of them. Miri began to cry. "What's happening to us?" Zaya tried to stay calm. "It must be Earth, maybe the air, the food, or the touch." They didn't understand it yet. But something strange had happened on Earth. Their vacation was turning into something much bigger. Something they could not control. Outside in the forest, a local hunter looked up. He saw something shining between the trees, like a faint light. He took out his phone. "I think I just saw aliens," he joked and took a photo, but he wasn't really joking, and someone else far away was watching. Zaya stood by the window of the small hotel room. The sky outside was turning orange as the sun rose. Birds sang. People walked on the street below. Everything looked normal. But inside, nothing was normal anymore. Behind her, Leary sat on the bed, holding her stomach. She was pale and sweating. "Something is wrong with me," she whispered. Enna was checking her again with the alien scanner. Her hands moved fast, her face serious. The energy inside you is growing faster, Enna said. It's not sickness, it's life. Leary looked shocked. You mean a baby? How is that possible? I didn't touch anyone except for a handshake with that human guy at the night cafe. Zaya didn't speak. She was remembering the same cafe. The boy who had touched her hand, the soft blue light. She hadn't told the others about it. Do the scan on all of us? Zaya said quickly, one by one, Enna scanned them. The result was the same dot. Each of them had something growing inside, alive, beating, developing. Mary's eyes filled with tears. But we didn't break any Zyran rules? We didn't mix DNA. We didn't even kiss anyone. It doesn't make sense, Enna whispered. Maybe Earth is reacting with our biology in a strange way. Something we didn't study, Zaya tried to stay calm. Let's get out of the city. We need a quiet place to think. Somewhere no one can find us. They packed fast and left the hotel. Zaya paid in cash. No one noticed the four girls disappearing later. That evening they reached a forest cabin, far from people and lights. They had rented it using fake IDs. It looked peaceful, old wooden walls, a quiet lake nearby, and no internet signal, but peace didn't last. That night Miri screamed in her sleep. Zaya ran into her room. What happened? I saw something, Miri said, shaking. In my dream, a light. A baby floating in water, but it had glowing eyes. You were just dreaming, Leary said, trying to calm her. No, Miri said. I felt it. It was real. It looked at me. It knew me. Zaya sat down slowly. Something inside her was changing too. Her senses were sharper. Her emotions were stronger. She felt connected to something. Something deep. The next morning, Enna did another scan. The growth inside each girl had doubled in size. Overnight, that's impossible, she said. Even on Ziora, babies take a year to grow. This is happening too fast. Maybe we've become part human, Leary whispered. No, Zaya said. It's not just human. It's something new. Later that day, they heard a sound outside, a soft buzz like an energy signal. They looked out the window. A small drone was flying above the trees, quiet, watching. Zaya grabbed her scanner. That's not random. Someone is looking for us. She pressed a button and sent out a jamming signal. The drone fell to the ground. We're being tracked, she said. Maybe the humans sensed our landing. Leary's hands shook. What if they try to take us? Enna looked at the pieces of the drone. This technology is not military, it's private. Someone else is watching us. Zaya walked away from the group and sat by the lake. The wind blew through her hair. She was trying to think. What is growing? Inside me, she wondered. Why do I feel protective? She closed her eyes. For a moment, she heard something, not sound, a voice. Inside her mind, it said one word. Mother! She stood up quickly. No, she said out loud. This isn't real. But she knew it was. That night, a strange fog rolled into the forest. Miri stood by the window, staring into it. I think something is coming, she said softly. What do you mean? Enna asked. I don't know, but I feel it. Like we're not alone anymore. Suddenly, the cabin lights flickered. A knock came at the door. 3 knocks. Slow, loud, unnatural. The girls looked at each other. They didn't speak. They all felt the same thing. Fear. Zaya stepped forward and opened the door slowly. No one was there. Only fog. But on the ground. A small box. Zaya picked it up. Inside was a message, not written. It played in the air like a hologram. The message was from Ziora. Return. Immediately. You are carrying Forbidden's life. Earth is not safe. You are not safe. The message ended. The girls stood in silence. What do they mean, Forbidden's? Leary asked. Zaya looked out into the dark trees. Something was moving between them. She whispered, I think we were never meant to come here. Rain fell quietly on the forest cabin. The sound of soft drops hitting the roof made everything feel slow. Heavy, quiet, but inside the cabin the silence was not peaceful. It was full of fear. Isaiah sat at the table, staring at the glowing message from Ziora, return immediately. You are carrying Forbidden's life. Earth is not safe. The message replayed again and again in her mind. Leary paced across the wooden floor. Forbidden's life? What does that mean? Are we in danger? Are the babies in danger? Anna tapped quickly on her wrist device. I'm trying to access more data from Ziora's medical core. Maybe we missed something. Some rule, some hidden file. Miri sat on the couch, arms wrapped around herself. Why are they calling it Forbidden's? We didn't break any laws. We didn't even know this could happen. Xea didn't respond. She was thinking about the voice she had heard in her head the night before. A soft, strange voice that called her mother. That voice had felt real, not imagination, not fear, something living. After a few minutes, Anna gasped. I found something. The others turned to her. She turned her wrist screen to show a file. With a red mark. Classified, human Zyran contact, year 1712. Xea frowned. I've never seen that history file before. That's from over 300 Earth years ago. It was hidden. Buried deep, Anna said. Someone didn't want us to know this. She opened the file. It showed a group of Zyran explorers landing on Earth long ago. They looked different, older designs, older ships, but clearly Zyrans. The file explained that they had met humans before, and something unexpected happened. One Zyran female had touched a human male. She became pregnant, the child born. From that contact had strange powers that scared both sides. The mission ended in chaos. Ziora erased the records. Earth forgot and the child. It disappeared. Miri leaned forward. Are we repeating that history? Xea felt her heartbeat. Speed up? Maybe we are? Anna zoomed in on one line. Zyran females carry a gene that can be unlocked by human touch, but only once every 300 Earth years. That's now, Leary whispered. That's us. Suddenly, the cabin door creaked open. The girls jumped. But it was only the wind. Xea stood and closed the door tightly. We need to make a decision. Go back to Ziora or stay here. We can't go back, Miri said. They called the babies Forbidden's. What if they try to take them? Or worse? Leary nodded. We didn't choose this. But now we're part of something bigger. We can't just run. Xea agreed silently, but fear filled her. She was their leader, their protector. And now, they were no longer just explorers. They were mothers. Later that night, while everyone slept, Xea stood outside under the trees. The rain had stopped, but the ground was wet. The air was cool and still. She placed her hand on her stomach. It was warm, alive. A soft pulse moved under her skin. Suddenly she saw something in the distance. A light, then another. She hid behind a tree and watched. 3 people were moving through the forest, wearing black suits, carrying scanning devices. One of them held a tablet with a red blinking They're here, Xea whispered. They found us. She ran back to the cabin. Inside, she woke the others. We have to move. Now, Eco agents are coming. Eco? Miri asked. Who are they? Xea helped her pack. They're a secret Earth group. They monitor alien signals. They must have picked up our energy when the scan failed yesterday. Leary looked out the window. Too late. They're here. Black vans parked near the trees. Flashlights moved through the fog. Xea pulled out a small cube from her bag. Emergency cloak. It will hide the cabin for 30 seconds. We run during that time. She activated it. The cabin vanished from sight. The girls ran through the trees, across the wet ground. Hearts pounding. Behind them, the agents yelled, but they couldn't see the girls. Not yet. One agent, a young man named Kellen, paused. His scanner blinked. Then it froze. He looked confused. I saw her. In my dream, he whispered. His teammate shouted, What? But Kellen said nothing. He had seen Xea before, in visions, in dreams. He didn't understand why he picked up a piece of glowing fabric from the ground. She's not just alien, he said. She's connected to me somehow. The girls found an old barn and hid inside. Xea was breathing hard, but she wasn't tired. She felt something else now. Stronger, clearer. She could feel the presence inside her growing. Not just physically, mentally. She sat down, closed her eyes, and whispered, "Who are you?" And again a voice answered softly in her mind, "I am the key. I am the future." Asterisk, a cold wind passed through the broken windows of the old barn. Dust danced in the air as the girls sat close together, tired and afraid. Night was falling again. But no one could sleep. Zaya sat by the door, her eyes scanning the dark woods. Her senses were sharper now. She could hear leaves moving, feel the air change, even smell the faint electricity in the wind. Inside her, the life was growing stronger. Not just her baby, something more. A connection, a message. A warning, Leary. Paced in a circle. We can't keep running forever. Eco will find us again. Miri held her knees to her chest. Where do we go? Every time we stop, they get closer. Anna adjusted her wrist scanner. I intercepted a signal. It's from Eco. They're tracking energy pulses. Our babies are giving off readings unlike anything on Earth. Zaya stood up. Then we need to move now, before they lock onto our location. But where? Leary asked. Zaya thought for a moment. There's an abandoned power station in the north. Deep in the hills, it has underground tunnels. They won't find us there easily, Anna nodded. I'll set a route, but we must travel at night. By foot? Outside, thunder rumbled. The girls gathered their things and moved silently into the forest, one by one disappearing into the shadows, far away. In a secret underground lab, Agent Kellen stared at the glowing fabric he had found in the forest. It was still warm. Still pulsing. She's close, he whispered. An older agent, Director Marsh, walked in. You said you've seen her before? In dreams, Kellen said. Before the alert, before the scans, I saw her face. Marsh looked at him. You're part of this now. Whether you like it or not. He handed Kellen a file, sealed and marked top secret. Kellen opened it. Inside were images of Zyron symbols, DNA maps, and a report from 300 years ago. A single sentence was underlined. The hybrid child will connect two worlds, or destroy both. The girls moved through the forest all night. Cold rain fell, but they didn't stop. Their skin was tired, but their minds were alert. By sunrise, they reached the power station. It was old and covered in vines, but the metal doors still opened. They went underground into the tunnels. It was dark, damp, and silent. But for now, it was safe. Zaya led them to a small chamber. She turned on a light orb from her bag. A soft blue glow filled the room. This is our shelter, she said. For now, hours passed. Leary lay on a thin blanket, sweating. Her breathing was fast. Zaya rushed to her side. What's wrong? It hurts, Leary said. Inside. The baby is pushing. Inna scanned her quickly. It's not time yet. But something's triggering her body, maybe Earth's pressure. Or fear. Suddenly, Leary's body shook. Her eyes turned bright silver for a second. Everyone gasped. Zaya held her. Stay with me. Breathe. Then Leary calmed. The glow faded. Her breathing slowed. What was that? Miri whispered. Zaya looked at Inna. Is this still a pregnancy, or something else? Inna didn't answer. Back at Eco HQ, Kellen was looking at a live energy map. A red dot was blinking fast. The location of the girls. I found them, he said. Northern Hills. Near the old power plant, Marsh smiled. Send the team, but don't go in yet. Observe, we want to see what these girls become. Kellen hesitated. And if the child is born? Marsh's smile faded. Then we end it. In the tunnel, Miri was having strange visions again. She sat with her back against the wall, staring at nothing. I saw fire, she whispered. Cities. Burning. Skies turning red. Zaya turned to her. You're dreaming. No, Miri said. The baby showed me. It said, Earth will fall if they fear us. Zaya took her hand. We won't let that happen. We protect them and each other. Suddenly, Inna's scanner beeped. Movement above. Multiple heat signals. They're here. Zaya's voice became firm. We don't run this time. Leary stood, still weak but angry. They're not taking us. Miri added, let them come. Above ground, Kellen watched from the trees. He could feel something pulling him, Not the scanner, but something inside. He stepped closer. A flash of light exploded from the ground. A pulse wave. Kellen fell to his knees. For one moment he saw something, 4 glowing figures. 4 hearts beating as one dot, and in the center, a child, floating in light dot, half dash human dot, half dash Z, or and dot the future. He stood, shaken. They're not monsters. He whispered, they're protectors. Behind him, Marsh raised a weapon. Step aside, agent. But Kellen didn't move. They're not the danger. We are. Smoke curled up into the sky as the sun rose behind the hills. Above ground, the old power station looked quiet. But deep below, in the underground tunnel, everything had changed. The air felt charged, heavy, almost alive. Zaya stood in the center of the chamber. Her eyes were closed, hands on her stomach. The heartbeat inside her was no longer just a feeling, it was a presence, a mind. A voice, quiet but growing louder. I see everything, the voice whispered in her thoughts. I remember Earth. Ina's scanner blinked rapidly. There's something strange in the tunnel walls, she said. A pattern, not natural. She ran her fingers across the stone and revealed carvings, old symbols. Glowing faintly under her touch, Miri stepped closer. These are Zarin markings. No, Anna said. They're older. Like a mix of Earth and Ziora. Lyri leaned against the wall, still weak from the energy surge the night before. How could Zarin symbols be here on Earth? Zaya turned, her voice quiet. Because we've been here before. They all stared at her. I don't mean us, she continued. I mean our kind a long time ago. Back at the Echo Mobile Command Base, Agent Kellen sat in a corner watching the live energy feed. His hand was still shaking from what he saw. The floating child, the light, the future. Director Marsh entered the room with sharp eyes. We need answers now. What's down there? Kellen held up the glowing cloth from the forest. Not a threat. A bridge. Marsh slammed his hand on the table. That's alien propaganda. These pregnancies are unnatural, uncontrolled. They change Earth's balance. Or they're meant to restore it, Kellen said softly. Marsh stared at him. You're too close to this. Stand down. But Kellen had already made up his mind. Underground, Anna continued scanning the walls. There's a data signal coming from the stone, buried in the rock. Zaya placed her hand on a glowing symbol. It pulsed under her skin. A blue beam of light shot from the wall and created a hologram dot. It showed an ancient earth lush. Green, full of life, then a ship arrived. Round and silver, with markings like there's Zaya or ANS. A female Zyran stepped out. She looked like Zaya, same eyes. Same posture. She touched the ground and light spread around her feet. She came here, Miri whispered. Long before us. The hologram changed. The female Zyran met a human, a man in tribal clothes. They stood together, hands touching. Then the scene blurred. War, fire, fear. The child they created floated in the center of it all, glowing, alone. Then the hologram stopped. A final sentence appeared in both Zyran and English. Unity failed once. But the seed remembers. The time has come again. Zaya stepped back, heart pounding. The child wasn't destroyed, it survived, Anna nodded. Its memory. It's passed down, buried, waiting. Lyri sat down slowly. Then we're not the first. No, Zaya said. But maybe we're the last chance. Suddenly the tunnel lights flickered. Miri turned to the entrance. They're coming. Above ground, eco-soldiers moved in. Kellen ran ahead of them. Not with a weapon, but with the ancient file in his hand. He reached the hidden entrance and climbed down. Alone, Zaya sensed him coming. Someone's close, but not like the others. Kellen stepped into the chamber slowly. The girls surrounded him. He raised his hands. I'm not here to hurt you. I've seen what's inside you. I think, I'm connected to it too. Zaya narrowed her eyes. How? Kellen opened the old file. This report says the original hybrid child vanished. But the DNA markers appeared again centuries later. In Earth bloodlines, hidden, Anna scanned him silently. Her device beeped. She looked at Zaya. He carries it, Anna said. The ancient code, the missing part? Zaya felt her baby move suddenly. A warm pulse shot through the air toward Kellen. The walls lit up again. The carvings glowed brighter. Kellen dropped to his knees, eyes wide. "I hear it," he whispered. "It's calling me." Outside, Marsh received the update. Agent Kellen has entered the structure alone. He frowned. "Then we send the final command." A soldier looked at him. "Terminate?" Marsh didn't blink. "Everything." He pressed a button, underground, and his scanner began to shriek. "Energy spike! They're launching an underground weapon thermal charge." Zaya turned to Kellen. "We have to leave." "Now." "No," Kellen said. "We activate the shield first." Your child can power it." Zaya closed her eyes. Inside her, the voice was clear now. "It's time." She pressed both hands to the glowing wall. A wave of light exploded from the stone and surrounded the entire chamber in a sphere of energy. A second later, boom. The tunnel shook. Rocks fell, but the shield held. The girls screamed as the walls cracked outside the barrier. Then silence. Just the soft hum of the light. They were still alive, but Earth had just tried to erase them. Zaya stood in the center of the room, glowing with power. She looked at her friends. Her family. Then at Kellen. "The truth about Earth isn't just in its soil," she said. "It's in us." The tunnel was quiet. Rocks lay scattered around the glowing energy shield that had saved them. Dust floated in the air like silent snow. Zaya's hands trembled as she lowered them from the wall. Her heart beat like thunder. Inside her, the baby moved again, stronger than ever. They had survived the attack, but just barely. Leary coughed, pushing debris off her shoulder. "They tried to kill us," Anna wiped her face. "That was a controlled underground blast, designed to collapse this place." Mary stared at the ceiling. "If we didn't have the child's energy, we'd be buried right now." Kellen stood back, stunned. They really sent the kill code. Marsh didn't even wait. Zaya turned to him, her eyes glowing faintly. "They don't fear us because we're dangerous. They fear what we might become." Kellen nodded. "Then we need to get out before they try again." Above ground, Director Marsh watched the broken Earth through his drone feed. "The target area has collapsed," he said into his radio. "No movement detected." A soldier approached. "Should we send a recovery team?" "No," Marsh replied coldly. "Nothing survives a direct pulse blast." But deep inside, Marsh felt uneasy. He hadn't seen a body. He hadn't seen proof, and that silence. It felt too quiet. Underground, the energy shield began to fade. "We need to move now," Anna said. "The structure is unstable." Zaya helped Leary up. "We take the west tunnel. It leads to a surface exit near the river." Kellen checked a small Earth map. "If we follow the river north, there's an abandoned train yard. We might find cover there." They moved quickly, helping each other over fallen stones and cracked floors. The tunnel narrowed, air growing colder. As they reached the surface. Sunlight hit their eyes. Freedom. But not safety. 2 miles away. A black SUV drove through the hills. Inside was Taran, a rogue ex-Echo hacker who had intercepted Ziora's ancient signal weeks earlier. He wasn't with the government. He wasn't even fully human. His eyes had a silver ring, a sign of partial hybrid DNA, and he had his own plan. "They're alive," he muttered. "The prophecy didn't fail this time." He stepped on the gas. By the river, the group reached a large metal bridge, old and rusted. Below, fast-moving water roared past rocks. Anna stopped. "My scanner just blinked." Zaya froze. "What is it?" Before Anna could speak, a shot rang. Out bang! Dirt exploded near their feet. Sniper fire. They dropped to the ground. Miri screamed. "They found us!" Kellen looked through broken steel beams. 4 units. Coming from the hills. Zaya's face hardened. "We fight back." "No," Kellen said. "We distract." He stood up, hands raised. "Hey, I'm the one you want." Bullets zipped past him, but he didn't stop. "Listen to me," he shouted. "They are not a threat. They are the reason we're still standing." One of the soldiers lowered his weapon. Then another. Kellen stepped forward slowly, but behind them, a louder sound. VRR Memon engine. Taran's black SUV raced toward the soldiers. He hit the brakes hard, jumping out with a strange device in his hand. "Get down!" he yelled. Pressed a button. A blinding white light exploded in all directions. ECHO soldiers dropped unconscious. Kellen blinked in shock. Who are you? Taran smiled. A friend, kind of. Back with the girls, Zaya helped Leary cross the river. Who was that man? No time, Kellen said, leading them to a dirt path. He bought us minutes, we used them. They reached the abandoned train yard, a rusted metal world of silence and shadow. Tarn appeared again. Calm, casual. I've been following your signal since your ship landed, he said. Didn't expect all this. Zaya stepped forward. What do you want? To help, he said, and maybe live to see what comes next. He held up a small disc. This holds a jump code. You can teleport, but only once. Miri stepped forward. Teleport where? To an ancient Ziran outpost buried under the Arctic, Taran replied. The one your ancestors left behind, it's shielded, safe, for now. Zaya took the disc. We go tonight. That night as stars filled the sky, the girl sat in the cold train car. Leary was breathing heavy. Zaya knelt beside her. Are you okay? Leary grabbed her arm. It's happening, now. Ina checked her. It's early. Too early. Earth's gravity is speeding it up. Miri held Leary's hand. We're here. You're safe. Outside, Kellen and Taran activated the teleport device. A circle of light formed. Zaya looked out at them, then back at Leary. We can't move her now, Ina said. Not during birth. Zaya made a choice. You three go. Take the code, hide, protect the others. Kellen stepped forward. And, you? I stay, Zaya said. With Leary, we finish what Earth started. Taran nodded. Another pulse is coming. You have 10 minutes. Maybe less. The light pulsed brighter. Miri hugged Zaya tightly. Come back to us, Zaya smiled. I will, with her. As the others vanished into the light, Zaya turned to Leary. She held her hand. You're not alone, Leary cried out. A burst of energy shot from her skin. A golden glow filled the train car. The baby was coming, and the world was about to change. The train car shook. Golden light filled the air like a living flame. It pulsed from Leary's body, lighting the metal walls with warmth and energy. Zaya knelt beside her, holding her hand tightly. Breathe, Leary. You can do this. Leary screamed, sweat running down her face. Her skin flickered between human and Ziran form. The energy around her grew brighter, sharper, alive. Outside, in the distance, sirens echoed. Eco forces were coming again. Zaya didn't look up. Her focus was only on the life being born. The child was not just alien or human, it was something new. Something Earth had never seen. Minutes passed, then suddenly, silence. A soft cry broke the air. A baby girl lay in Zaya's arms, eyes wide open. But these eyes were not normal. They glowed with a soft silver light and shimmered like stars. Zaya felt tears in her eyes, not of fear, of awe. She's beautiful, Leary whispered, weak but smiling. Zaya looked at the child's tiny hand. It reached out and touched her chest. A wave of warmth passed through her. Thoughts, emotions, memories that were not hers. The child was speaking, not with words, but with presence. I see time, I see pain, I see peace, I choose peace. Zaya gasped. She's already aware, she whispered. She understands everything. Suddenly, footsteps echoed outside the train car. Zaya grabbed the baby and stood in front of Leary. The door opened. Agent Kellen entered alone, hands raised. I came back, he said. You didn't teleport, she? Went into labor, Zaya said. We couldn't move her. Kellen stepped forward slowly. The child. Zaya showed him the baby. She looked into his eyes. He didn't blink. She's not just ours, he said softly. She belongs to both our worlds. The baby looked at him, and for a moment, Kellen saw a flash in his mind. A city in the sky, green fields, children laughing. A future. She showed you too, Zaya said. Kellen nodded. Yes, she's not here to destroy, she's here to connect. Outside, Director Marsh stood with his team. Drones hovered above, watching the train yard. A soldier handed him a live feed from inside the car. He saw the baby. The glow, the impossible, calm in that small child's eyes. Sir, the soldier asked, do we go in? Marsh didn't answer. Something in his face had changed. He watched the screen again, then slowly turned it off. No, he said. We don't touch this. The soldier looked confused. But sir, Marsh looked at the stars. History has already begun, he said. And we're no longer writing it. Back inside, Leary was resting, her breathing soft. Zaya and Kellen sat quietly, the baby asleep between them. She has no name yet. Zaya said, maybe she choose one, Kellen replied. Zaya smiled. She already has, she just hasn't told us. Ina's voice suddenly came through Kellen's radio. We reached the Arctic outpost. Safe for now, the energy here is ancient. It's welcoming us. Mary added, the other babies are changing. 2. Growing fast, communicating like they're linked. Zaya looked at the baby again. They are, she said. They're part of a network, not made with wires but memory, Kellen leaned back. Earth was never alone. Hours passed. Zaya stood outside the train yard, baby in her arms. The sun was rising again, warm and golden. For the first time in days, the sky was clear. No drones. No soldiers, only silence. Leary joined her, wrapped in a blanket. What now? She asked. Zaya looked at the horizon. We don't run. We don't hide. We live. And them? Leary asked, pointing toward the hills. Zaya smiled faintly. They'll watch. But they won't interfere. They're too afraid. And too curious. The baby opened her eyes, blinking at the light, and then she spoke a single word, soft but clear. Ziora. Kellen stepped forward. She remembers, Zaya nodded, and she forgives. Weeks later, the story of the train light spread. Across the internet, blurry videos, strange energy readings. Some called it a miracle. Others a hoax, but the truth remained hidden. Zaya, Leary, Enna, and Miri stayed in the Arctic base, raising their children in peace. Kellen disappeared from the agency, and Taran? No one ever found him again. But some say he still watches the stars. The children grew fast, smarter than anyone had ever seen. Connected, silent at times, but always thinking, learning, and then one night, the baby girl who once lit up a train car stood outside the base. Now a child with silver eyes and glowing hands, she looked up at the sky, whispered to the stars, we are ready. And far above Earth, deep in space, something shifted. An old Zyren beacon reactivated. Lights blinked. A message was sent. Hybrid line confirmed. Peace protocol unlocked. Back on Earth, Zaya stood beside her. You called them, she said. The girl nodded. They're coming? The girl smiled softly. No, she said. They've always been here.